Hey, girl. Tiptoe through the tulips by the window. That's where I'll be. What?
You do that too accurately.
I
It's
know.
disturbing.
I had to learn how to. I don't know. I didn't have to learn how to do that. Allow me to rephrase. I just did it. I did it to do it.
It was a lot. There's a lot of things that just happened there.
There
A lot of
were,
things.
there were, there were. So, Mame, normally we prattle on for a little bit at the beginning of this, but
We ain't got time, girl. We ain't got
well,
time.
that's not the only thing. We need to explain something.
Birds and the bees. Is it time?
No, you aren't ready for that yet.
Oh,
Stick to
you're
just
right.
being on your knees. Oh, you were just told. No, 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 no. So, dear listeners, I started watching this episode of Murder She Wrote, and it's a crossover episode with Magnum. Ma'am, are you familiar with that show, Magnum?
Um, it sounds like this show that I used to watch when I was a kid called Magnum PI.
That's what I
Um,
said.
is
Magnum.
it?
Yes, it is. Anyway, so there it's a crossover episode with Magnum PI. This a lot of times crossover episodes, just one person shows up with the other, one person shows up with the other, and there's not really an interlinked story, right? It's
Right.
like, oh, surprise, they're here.
It's true, actually.
But in this one, there was actually backstory on Magnum PI. Okay. There's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of backstory. So in watching it, I was like talking to Maim, and I was like, hey, Maim. You're like,
Yeah.
yes, Mims. Uh, I don't think
That's
we.
literally how we talk to each other, by the way. Formally, just like that.
Yeah, just like we're in one of these episodes of a CBS drama. Um, it's like, hey, I don't think we could do this episode of Murder She Wrote without doing the episode of Magnum PI first.
And at first I said, sure we could.
And then I was like, no, 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 no. I want to watch a full hour of Tom Selleck on Freevee. Uh, dear listeners, if you this is your chance to pause and go out and search for Freevee, which is a Amazon owned free network that shows things with commercials.
You can always get it through your Prime app also.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
But it's still Freevee. It's
Yeah.
Freevee on
But I mean, I'm
Prime.
saying like if they don't want to go download another app, you can just do it
That's right.
through that.
I luckily had. I wish I'd known this the first time. I had some random ass electronic credits from getting stuff slow delivered to me that I just bought the damn episode. So
Okay.
yeah, I mean it was 74 cents.
Oh. In my day, that would get you a sandwich and a cup of coffee.
Oh my god. Speaking of cups of coffee, hey Maim.
Yes.
That was the worst transition ever. Did
That
you
was not
know?
a good one that time. That was a bad one that time.
Speaking of bad ones you want to forget, hey Maim.
Why do we have to talk about that?
Did you know that we have a Patreon?
What?
Dear listeners, if you go to patreon.com, Mims and Maim, you can throw us some money and we're going to announce something now.
Drum roll.
Were you actually drum rolling? Because it didn't come through your mic at all. I heard. No, your noise filter is just taking that completely out. That's hilarious.
Oh, okay. Drum roll, please.
Now that feels like a racism. Anyway, we are dear listeners, if you are one of our dear patrons, words. We are getting ready to start a new podcast. Maim, do you remember what it's called?
It's called We Object.
That's right. We Object. And Maim, do you know what show we're actually going to be podcasting about?
We're going to be doing the 90s favorite Ally McBeal.
That's exactly right. Started in 1998, the year that we graduated.
Searching my hole tonight.
You're searching your hole tonight?
I just thought it'd be fun to do that version of it.
I mean, if your man ain't doing it, you need to do it.
It is almost time. You're right. I'm almost 45. True.
But yes, dear listeners, if you sign up, you will be 4 or 5 or 6 or 8 weeks ahead of everybody else. So it's going to be an exclusive. And hell,
Actually, no. They call it a timed release.
A timed release. That's better. A timed release. And hell, who knows? Every once in a while, I may get the video together and throw it up there.
Ooh.
And they would get the unedited version.
Ooh, wait, you don't edit these.
I do a little bit. I edit the sound.
Oh, okay. Hey, wait a minute.
Hey, Maim, yo, bitch. Did you know we have another podcast?
I don't know. My old brain doesn't remember things like that.
I know. It's really sad. Anyway, it's called Baking Sugar. It's a Designing Women podcast. We just recorded it. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you know that we have merchandise? I forgive you for not knowing. Anyway, if you go to mimsandmaim.com, you can buy some things.
You never forgive me for stuff. That's nice.
Here's the first time for everything. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Do you know what I love?
You love a lot. 5-star reviews.
5-star reviews. That's right, Maim. I love 5-star reviews. If you would leave us one, it means a lot, especially after this mess that we're getting ready to go into.
Oh, boy.
All right. This is Magnum PI, Season 7, Episode 9, Novel Connection.
We're not gonna do a whole hour, right? This is like just a little like. Are we gonna do the whole like we normally do?
We're doing the whole fucking thing.
So wait, so we're gonna do the murder show on the next episode?
Yes.
You didn't explain that over the text.
Well,
messages.
now you know.
Oh my god, we're gonna talk about Magnum PI for an hour.
Yeah, we are. Because it sets everything up.
No, I get it. I get it. I appreciate this.
I thought I was very clear.
You're not ever this clear.
I thought I was very clear.
No.
Let's
no.
look at the receipts. Let's look at the receipts.
Mm-hmm.
Do we need to watch the Magnum PI episode first? Maybe no. It's hard to get. It's on Prime. I'm watching it. It's on Prime or Freebie. Season 7, episode 8. That's wrong. We'll do. We'll just do a review of it because it's fun.
When you said a review of it.
That's what we're doing every single. These are reviews of the episodes, Maim.
I know, but I didn't think you meant like a full review.
We're giving it the Mims and Maim treatment because we're gonna,
holy crap.
We're gonna ride that mustache. We're gonna ride that mustache for all it's worth.
20 minutes on those thighs alone.
Anyway, so we're starting off with the best theme song ever.
Oh my god.
Now, dear listeners, this is the first time I've watched Magnum PI since I was
A
6.
baby? A baby?
Yeah,
Little
a
baby?
baby, a little baby.
Little bit
Like
baby?
I loved this. I loved Equalizer. Um, Equalizer was good. It didn't last
Oh,
very
I love
long,
the
but it was so
Equalizer.
good. That old man just killing people.
It was so good.
But we're in Hawaii.
I don't know. I was gonna do like a little Hawaii sound, but I don't got it.
Stop.
I started it and then I was like, I feel like this could be a racism.
It
And I was
was.
like, yeah. That's why I was like, no.
Dear listeners, Maim just proved that black people can be racist too.
Yeah. Even half ones.
What was that? What was that
I
you
said
said?
even half black people.
Oh, it could have been the white coming through.
Oh, that's it. It was my grandmother. I'm sorry, everybody. Sorry.
So they're driving in a car. There's an Audi driving down the road. And those Audis were actually very unsafe because the brake pedal and the gas pedal were so close together. They were recalled. Like
you're being. Oh, I thought you were making like a joke about the show. Like
no.
that's a real thing.
I'm being serious. Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. They were recalled because they were that close together, and people kept getting crashes because they would press the wrong brake or press the wrong thing. Mm-hmm.
Were they just made with people with smaller feet? Is that why?
No, it's a German car.
Do Germans have big feet?
I mean, I do.
Are you indicative of the German population?
I don't know, dear. Why don't we go to Germany and find out? Dear patrons, if you want to support us going to Germany, give us about $10,000 and we'll go.
Does it cost that much to go to Germany?
For us and the way we want to be, yes.
Oh, bougie Germany. Okay.
Yeah, girl, we ain't going to a hostel.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I mean, there is something a little bit kind of like exciting about it.
No. Girl, they ain't sexy.
I didn't say sexy. I said exciting.
Now, we could go to bathhouses and just live there for a couple days. That we could do, I mean.
At least we wouldn't stink.
I mean, we would, but.
Oh.
Jessica Walters in this episode, girl.
Yes, we stand Jessica Walter.
We do. So Robin Masters is on his way. He's the author that, as you're working through, he's always like traveling in and out, and doesn't at the end it end up being Higgins who's Robin or something.
I can't remember how they ended it. I can't remember how it got ended.
Or Robin was writing about the twist was that Magnum PI was a book, right? And
yes.
that he's writing about all. But I think it's Higgins who ends up being Robin Masters at the very end. Anyway, whatever. So in the car, Jessica Walter is Joan.
Mm-hmm.
She is the assistant to Pamela.
She is on permanent horny.
She's got that horny dialed all the way up to 12, and it is great.
I'm so into it.
And Amy is here too.
Yes, and Amy.
So we got Pamela, who we find out later is the editor, Joan, who's her assistant, and Amy, who is the secretary.
Yes.
Joan's personal secretary.
Correct.
So there's a truck, a big white truck trying to pass, and it runs them off the road.
Oh no!
Oh heavens to Murgatroyd!
Not Higgins,
whose part is very severe at this point. I don't know if it starts this bad, but it is.
It's always like that.
God damn.
He himself is a caricature.
Of Poirot, I believe, is who's trying to be a caricature of or something like
Yeah, I
that.
mean, it's like his hair is. I mean, his hair is amazing in that it is essentially like a helmet.
It's kind of built like a character from Doug.
Oh yeah,
Doug, 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 Doug,
I
Doug,
could,
Doug,
I could
Doug,
see
Doug,
him
Doug.
being like a. I could see him being like a teacher in Doug's school.
How weird was it in Boy Meets World that Mr. Finney is their teacher every school year?
Very,
Like just middle,
very.
high school, just he rather than them switching grades,
Yeah,
he's just always their teacher.
yeah,
And then the principal.
yeah. It's not normal.
That's not normal. It's a little weird.
That's very weird.
A little weird. Just a little
But
off.
I mean, that show itself is. It's weird when you go back and think about some of it.
He was hot.
Mr. Feeney.
No, 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 no. The friend and the older brother, they were both hot. Sean was hot.
I mean, Sean was supposed to be hot. I
I
mean, that was the
know.
whole purpose. That was his point of his casting.
Yeah. Did you not think he was hot?
I didn't think Sean was hot. No,
Did you think that what's his doodle was hot?
the brother.
Well, no. Yes,
Oh,
the
Corey.
Corey. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
I don't really think I thought anybody on that show was
Well,
particularly attractive.
this. Do you remember when Topanga was on Talk Soup for a hot second?
Yes.
Dear listener, so there was a show that came on E exclamation point.
Ah, those good times.
That was hosted originally wasn't I forget who it was before House Sparks.
Greg Kinnear did it for a while. That's
Did
how
Craig
Kinnear
Kilborn do it too?
Craig Kilborn did it after it. Greg Kinnear is the one that started it.
Okay.
So he's the one that but he got obviously famous off of it. So then Craig Kilborn,
Who was very bad at it.
and Hal
Sparks, then Aisha Tyler, who was great at it. Then they rebooted with Topanga, and then it ended with What's His Doodle, and it was called The Talk. Oh God, what's his name? I can see him. He had that show with going back to community college, Star Community.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Joel
McHale. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, dear listeners, I don't know if that's out there somewhere, but at least Hal Sparks and Aisha Tyler, go out there and watch that because that was fun.
Is E still a network?
Yeah, it is.
I mean, I don't know. I don't have cable, so
Yeah, it's still a network.
Okay.
It's still out there with doing what it does. Not much.
As soon as you said that, I was like, what do they do now?
Well, now that Joan Rivers has passed away, nothing really. They go to the Oscars. They have Laverne Cox at the Oscars. That's who one of their people is. Yeah.
So she's their new Joan Rivers.
No. She's not that good at it.
Oh, she's not. Oh, okay. So she's not like a dick like Joan Rivers.
No. Nobody's a dick anymore. No. Only Joan had that cred.
Oh, well.
So it's a little bit later on, and Rick is trying to get Magnum to invest in a property.
Rick is a perfect example of how HD television. Boy, back then I thought that guy was like, I didn't think he was handsome, but I thought he was supposed to be handsome.
Yeah.
Now, like in HD, I'm like, oh my.
Yeah,
goodness.
that's why I watched an SD the second time around.
Yeah. Oh
yeah.
boy.
Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't put more pancake on him.
Yeah.
I mean, just a little more powder would have smoothed all that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah.
Well, Higgins drives up.
Hey, Higgins. Hey.
With the car that was hit, and Pamela Bates. He introduces everybody. This is Pamela. This is Amy. This is Joan. Hello.
Oh, Joan.
God. Pamela's like, somebody tried to kill us. Amy was like, it was a truck with no license plate. Who are you? Joan immediately goes up to Magnum's like, hello. I would like to make the sex with you.
I would love to get under your carriage.
If you are free this afternoon, you won't be. And I mean, I wish, honest to God, that's my one gripe with this. I wish they'd played into it a little bit more and, he'd done it. Like, because Jessica Walter deserves a Magnum or hotter.
Yeah, but I mean, like, this is also when, like, all of the girls that Magnum was going after were, like, 10 years younger than Jessica
Look,
Walter.
she's 439.
You caught that? I love that line.
Anyway. So Magnum's like, tell me more before I take this case. Higgins is like, no. Like, they all go inside. Higgins is like, nobody wants to hire you. You are not on this case. The end. So we're in Magnum's bedroom, and there's a voiceover, and there's lots of voiceovers in Magnum PI, apparently.
Yes. That's a regular part of the show.
And there's lots of voiceovers, and he eats like shit. The two things. He really thinks Higgins wants him to take the case because he's being passive aggressive about it, and like reverse psychology. There's a knock on the door.
Who is it?
It's Joan calling.
Oh no! Come on, Joan. Hey, girl. Hey.
She wants a beach with men. She wants to go out there and find some men.
Men. The key word here, everyone, is men.
Men.
She cannot be satiated.
Men. Like, girl, if you ever find me a beach with men.
Yes.
That's it. If you ever find me one. I ain't gonna say I'm going. I ain't gonna say I'm staying away. I'm just saying if you ever find me one. That's I'll leave it.
That's it. That's it. Stop right there.
That's it. It's really surprising Wilton Manors isn't like on the beach, isn't it? Like that it's not like
that would be difficult though. I mean, it's the beach area is it's not very big.
That's true.
So it's it's not really like a lot of places to live.
That's
like
true.
Fort Lauderdale Beach is a little bit different because it's not like Miami Beach where it's a much more narrow piece of land. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, we do have a gay beach. I mean, Sebastian Beach is like our gay beach. So
I do not need to go there.
Duly noted.
I assume it's clothing suggested.
No.
Oh, okay.
Sebastian's just a regular beach. We do have one of those too.
Yeah.
That's Hallover Beach is the one that's clothing optional.
So, girl, my coworkers went to San Diego,
mm-hmm.
and they went to my boss. I wasn't with them at this point, but we had a plant out there, and they all went to go visit the plant.
Mm-hmm.
But they went out to the beach, and she's like, I want to go to the beach. And Black's Beach is like a famous beach in San Diego.
Okay.
When you turn left, it's a normal beach. When you turn right, it's a nude beach.
Oh.
And they accidentally took the stairs down to the nude side. And apparently the person who went with my boss turned beet red. She's a very small woman. Who's my boss is a very small woman, and this is like a tall, Southern Republican, and he's like, and he just wouldn't look at anything. She's like, this is great.
It's funny because when you said that, I was thinking about Hallover, and it's not that different. It's not that hard to accidentally end up there.
And apparently Black's Beach at Gay Pride. It's just guys fucking on the beach in San Diego.
So, yeah.
So speaking of fucking on the beach, Joan offers to pay him twice his normal amount to watch him. And she tells him that Pamela has a PI coming. She's hired a PI.
Somebody that's not Magnum?
Somebody that's not Magnum.
That seems very shady.
So we're outside, and this is where we find out Magnum's talking to Higgins. We find out that Pamela is Robin Masters' editor.
Oh, okay.
TC is here.
I love him so much.
And they land in a helicopter, and we find out that Rick and TC have a loan.
Okay.
And Pamela is up for the property they're getting ready to get.
Yeah.
Pamela is very upset because what if these were the killers, right?
Right. Not Magnum's people.
Exactly. And randomly, Amy just drives off in the Ferrari, and Joan left in the Audi to go to the beach.
Of course. Do it, girl. Do it.
Do it. Do it, girl. Get that pussy.
Get it.
Get it.
Get that pussy.
Did that shock you that I said that?
It didn't shock me. It just the idea of Jessica just on the beach like doing a rap song about pussy, for some reason just kind of like washed over me for a second.
Oh God, Jessica Walter or Jessica Fletcher, or both?
Oh God, there would be like Cardi B and yeah,
Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh my God.
So interesting thing. Do you know how the main woman Pamela probably got this job?
Ow.
Because she replaced JB, Angela Lansbury in Barbara, the musical.
Oh, Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney Todd, yes. Thank you, God.
Really?
Yes.
So like the older lady she replaced her?
Yep.
That explains so much.
Uh-huh. It explains why she kind of acts like that too. Like,
yes, I was like, oh my gosh. As soon as you said it, I was like, that's why she's such an over actor.
Yep.
Because she's a theater actress.
Yes.
Wow.
So we're in the air. We're in the helicopter or something I will never ride in.
The helicopter?
They ain't safe.
Oh.
They ain't safe.
Okay.
One more time. They ain't safe.
I mean, I wasn't planning on riding in one. I just didn't know.
I mean, unless I am, have to be airlifted to another hospital. Negatory.
That's really interesting. What about them is not? I mean, what about them is not safe?
They fall out of the sky.
Well, gosh, I'm glad you cleared that up for me. I thought they were on America's Most Wanted list because
their name is not Mrs. Philpott.
I'm really glad you cleared that up for me.
So we're following Amy, and she goes into an office, and she's being tailed by a man in a blue IROC Z Camaro.
Oh no, not an IROC tail.
Uh-huh.
That sounded bad coming out of my mouth.
So Amy leaves the building.
Okay.
And, Magnum's there eating like a hot dog and just like behind and just sort of stealthily following her. And the dude chases her. And Magnum does not see who it is.
Oh, no. Magnum, you should have been a detective.
Ain't that right? Is he always this inept?
No, not always. It depends on the episode. I think they were playing up his ineptitude for Jessica's presence.
Gotcha. So we're at the house, and Pamela and Higgins are starting to talk to each other, and Higgins is like, he's not that bad of a person. Magnum is not that much of an idiot. Well, Magnum comes in and said, somebody told Amy, and, I didn't catch the license plate, so he looks like an idiot.
Yes.
There's a phone call. I'm not going to do it. And
I can say we don't do that one on these episodes.
And somebody the Ferrari was found abandoned.
Not abandoned.
Abandoned. So we're at the police station.
Okay.
And Magnum's there because he's on the case now. He's on the case. He's not taking the case, but he's on the case.
He's on the case.
So we find out that Pamela is Amy's next of kin.
Oh.
And Magnum has a little interaction with Browning, who's the police captain.
Oh, he's such a dick.
He is. There's a phone call that distracts Browning. So Magnum goes into his office, looks around. There's evidence just sitting out on the table, and he finds some pills.
Not pills.
And he puts them back into the evidence.
Oh,
Getting his
no.
fingerprints all over everything.
Magnum, what are you doing, buddy?
So the captain kicks Magnum out of the office, but it's like, hey, that was Pamela calling, so I know you didn't call your house. Joan is her sister.
Oh my gosh, what?
So Magnum goes home. It's like, you're lying. What are y'all hiding? Like, what the fuck's going on, y'all?
That would have been a very different episode.
What the fuck's going on?
Yes.
Like that's sort of how I would have handled it, y'all.
Just Magnum walking up in like, what the fuck's going on? Like just like losing his mind.
I can't handle this. What the fuck is going on with y'all right now?
You know who could have delivered that line really well?
Who?
Madeline
Mel Carter.
Kahn.
Oh, what the fuck is going on right now?
It would have been amazing.
It would have been amazing. Ooh, I wonder if we ever get a Madeline Kahn in one of these shows.
That would be so nice.
Like, oh yeah. Oh, Madeline Kahn and a Murder, She Wrote. Yes, please.
Yeah.
Eat it up. So, it's a little bit later on.
Uh-huh.
We're in an office at the office, the paradisal, whatever.
They have trouble saying it on the show.
Yeah, everything gets written down, like in this office.
Mm-hmm.
We meet Houston, who's the owner of, or the head manager of this business, Mr. Businessman.
Mr. Businessman.
And Amy was never there.
What?
And Magnum's like, she was. I saw her, but I want to speak to the guard. He's like, well, I'm sorry, I am very busy. Please leave.
Ooh.
And then
you couldn't help yourself.
Hello.
Yes, hello.
There's a phone call, and it's Magnum's doctor.
Oh.
So we find out that Amy called in a prescription, and she's at the Seaview Motel, room numero uno.
Oh.
On the way to the hotel, Magnum is being tailed.
Oh, no.
So he goes to room number 3, knocks on the door.
Hello.
There's no answer.
Oh.
So he drives away, parks for a second, comes back, and the dude who was chasing Amy earlier is trying to break in and just opened up the door to get in. And Magnum comes up behind him with a goon.
I tell you, those Fuller Brush men are just relentless.
It's true. Fuller Brush, Jesus Christ, girl. Not even Avon ladies.
It just felt appropriate. Felt appropriate.
God. And he comes back behind him with a goon. And it's like, hey, I need you to talk. And the dude who's actually is in room 3 knocks Magnum over with a bag of groceries that looked like it was other Bacard greens.
Oh, it was so good. It was so stupid.
Yeah. And so there's a little bit of a shootout. The dude gets away, but Magnum gets his plate this time. Yeah, so we're winning. We're winning. So Magnum goes to room number 1. What's behind door number 1?
Well, Bob,
it's the goat. Hey, Amy. Womp womp. Look,
that sound was always like, wow. Oh, is that show still on? I would love to watch that again. I think.
I mean, Wayne Brady's the host.
Never mind.
Never mind. Look, Wayne Brady was good in what's that show? The show with what's his doodle show that we canceled him because of his views on trans people.
Wayne Brady was on a show with some person with that stuff going on?
Yeah, well, not at the time. What is his name? Oh my God. Famous black comedian, bald head. Hate
Famous
trans
black...
people.
Dave Chappelle?
Dave Chappelle. He was on the Dave Chappelle show.
Oh. I didn't know that.
Thank you. Yes. And Wayne Brady was like, it was a day in the life of Wayne Brady, and Wayne Brady was like an asshole to everybody. It was great.
Oh, wow.
It was hilarious. Like, it was, yes. I mean, if you want to look it up, you can. If you don't, you don't.
I'm going to pass.
Okay. Yeah. Damn.
It's going to pass.
So on the drive back, Magnum grills Amy.
Like shrimp?
Like steak.
Oh.
It's a long drive, so shrimp get done too fast.
Oh, yeah. It's very dry.
Yeah.
Very dry.
It's just like her hair. That is one dry-ass Smollett girl. She put in too much white rain.
Oh, white rain!
Girl, that was a white hurricane. So Amy thinks it's a detective that's trying to bring her back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why? That's a very specific
Well,
thing.
because she just broke up and she just left everybody and she just trying to get back.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why she ran.
Gotcha.
She ran so far away,
Because she left the guy, right? That's what she said. Because she left some guy.
Yes, exactly.
Oh,
so we're at the house, and Pamela and Magnum are having a little bit of back and forth, and we find out that the investigator is here. It is one J.B. Fletcher.
You shut your mouth. It is not.
It is. It's the only reason we're watching this fucking episode, Maim.
Oh my gosh.
I thought I explained it to you when I said we were doing a review of this episode.
Jessica Fletcher, what are you doing on Magnum PI? What is going on?
She's trying to save the series.
Oh my gosh.
And it does last for something like 2 more seasons after this. So maybe she did something.
She's like, I got the call. I got the call from the head honchos at the Tiffany Network.
The Tiffany Network, girl.
They said that I had to show up. They said that my nephew's in trouble. So I showed up.
Do you remember when Westinghouse bought CBS?
Yes.
And David Letterman on his Tonight Show just had fans everywhere, huge ass Westinghouse fans to welcome them. Yes. It was great. I miss Letterman. Like, he's complicated and he did some bad things. He's overall a good dude, but like nobody. What?
I didn't know he did stuff. What did he do?
He was a little sexist sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's really all it was. Like
No, that's fine. When you said it, because it's like my brain was like, I follow pop culture pretty close.
Yeah.
What did he do?
He was pretty sexist sometimes. Like
gotcha.
Pretty. Yeah.
Like worse than most male comedians, or just he had more power behind it.
I mean, I think it was in the way he interviewed and stuff. It's considered pretty bad.
Gotcha.
And like he had the Madonna flashed him, Drew Barrymore, that kind of stuff, and he let it happen. Yeah, like I think, but then again, I think like he didn't ever really make side comments. Like, if I remember correctly, the way he interviews, when the cameras weren't rolling, he was just silent.
Oh, so he wasn't very welcoming.
No, not at all. He was
gotcha.
Very weird.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me, unfortunately.
No. It seems like the way I'd be.
Yes, because you are.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So JB's like, I'm not here to work on a case, and Higgins is very, 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 very smitten.
Smitten is not even an appropriate word for how this man is.
Uh-huh.
Like, he is like Bone Zone. He is
Not the Bone Zone girl.
Bones. He's Bone Zone. Like he is. He can barely talk. He's just like, oh, Jessica.
So JB and Pamela go to a separate room to catch up. Ed Higgins is going to have some Maine lobster salad brought it. What the fuck? They're in Hawaii? Like, what? Why
I
would
want to
you?
talk about it.
Okay.
That sounded weird to me.
And JB asks Magnum to join them at lunch. Higgins seems nonplussed.
That's how he is most of the time, though.
Yep. So we're at lunch. And there's just bunches of lobsters on plates with some weirdly cut tomatoes.
Yes.
And JB asks Mac. Actually, you know what those tomatoes look like they were cut with? Do you remember the 80s like infomercial little thing to cut veggies?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
I think it was made by Ron Popeil. Everything else was.
Those were good days back then.
Do you have a Mr. Microphone?
I think we used to have one, actually.
I did. It didn't work.
None of it ever worked.
Apparently, the pasta maker is one of the things that they made that works. Like, Emmy made. Do you know Emmy made?
Yeah.
Yeah. She bought one and tried it and like loved it. Loved it.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, now I feel cheated because I would have begged my mom for that one.
Do you think she would have bought it for you?
I think back then.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, because I don't know. It does make a mess.
Oh no. No, because I wasn't very good at cleaning up stuff.
Are you now?
No.
Me either, girl. Me either.
No.
Me either.
It's just not in the cards for me.
No, it's not. Is your husband?
Yeah.
Okay.
You already know that, dear. I live in a museum.
Oh, so he's the cleaner.
Yeah, I mean, like I do my best to keep stuff clean, but it's not back to gallery settings all the time.
Do you have any new crystals?
Oh, sure.
Okay. Oh.
Is that even a question you had to ask?
Any new bowls or Egyptian art?
No, but we did get finally. I guess he hasn't posted it on social media yet. We did get the place where the two Egyptian busts are going to sit. That did arrive this past week. So now they have an official home in the living room now. So he
did he ever get that lock fixed?
No, but we have some friends that are going to come over and fix it. I think that's what we discussed during his birthday celebration a few weeks ago. They're going to come and have to.
They were supposed to come over when I was there.
This is a different friend now. This is a different friend. They have to have like these special types of tools or something. It was very like straight people talk about tools and stuff.
Just hire a locksmith.
It's not the lock that's the problem.
It's your husband. So we... The smile on your face when I said that is worth that comment.
Good Lord.
Because, girl, I don't know if you don't usually have dimples. You are smiling so hard right now, you have dimples.
It's like, just the gall of it is just too much for me. Sometimes you can insert those lines in at the most perfect moments.
I know. So we're at lunch. And I don't mean that he's not the problem. Well, in this instance,
it's all dear listeners. It's actually the two of them get along very well.
We do.
They're ridiculous together. Actually,
we do.
So.
And I mean, in this case, he did lock it without having the key set, so he is. It's his fault.
Yeah. Well, it's just that thing, right? Where you get all of this fancy stuff,
Mhm.
but sometimes fancy stuff is too fancy, and then it gets complicated when it doesn't quite go right,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is what we're talking about, right?
Yeah. 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 So JB asks
Oh,
Magnum to take the case. He's like, I'm not taking the case. I'm not on the case. Um, Amy shows her diamond to JB and it's like, it's a fake.
ooh, ooh.
Joan's here.
Hey, Joan. The only reason we're watching this still.
It's pretty much right. And Pamela's like, well, where were you? And she's like, Pamela, I'm 39. I do not need to tell you where I've been.
No, you don't, girl.
I have been out at the beach. This is this man who nobody cares about, who I've found. And I have been
Found.
and I've been in these clothes since yesterday. And Pamela just says, I doubt it.
Best line of Pamela is the whole episode.
Uh-huh. JB's like, well, you were on the beach a lot. I suppose I was.
And
So that's it. Pamela is like, fine, you can be on the case, Magnum, whatever. You can be the muscle or whatever. And then, girl, in the background, a la Who Framed Roger Rabbit, there is a shadow of a gun that slowly creeps across and turns, and there's a gunshot and everybody gets down. Like Magnum's like, get down.
my favorite part of this moment was just the sheer lack of energy to this whole scene.
Yes.
I just was like, this feels like it should have been a little bit more, I don't know, like tense.
This was take 15 and everybody was very tired of doing all the way to the person doing the shadow puppetry. Like yeah,
They're
girl.
Like, Joan, get off the floor. Get off the floor, Joan. Get off the floor.
Well, so everybody gets up. Um, we find out that Paul Mayfield, because Magnum just says his name, Paul Mayfield was the renter of the truck. So the dude's name is Paul Mayfield that we're searching for.
Bad guy.
Yeah. So Magnum talks to Rick.
Mm-hmm.
We find out that the land is crap, which we knew it was, right? Like,
we knew what was going to happen there.
Yeah.
We knew.
And like, he's like, find out more about Mayfield. Just find out as much as you can. So JB goes up to talk to Magnum, and she has some notes.
Oh.
He's got 3 notes.
His performance could be better. You're right. I mean,
he's got 3 notes. Joan was on the beach. Why wasn't she flushed?
I'd like to know that myself, Joan. Mm-hmm. Girl, what? Come on now.
Amy was lying about her ring. That was not a fake.
Oh.
What is Amy's marital status? Because the ring, it's lighter in a wider band, like there was a wedding band there.
Oh, Jessica, look at you.
Magnum basically tells JB, I got this, you're good. There's a voiceover that says JB's not a real investigator. And then there's a voicemail from Rick to Magnum, whatever.
I thought that voiceover was rude.
It was rude. It was very rude. I'm hoping that the dynamic in the Murder, She Wrote episode is better than this one. It usually is. Like, it usually takes a little bit of time to...
Wait, you didn't watch the Murder, She Wrote yet?
No! Why, girl? Why? Because we're reviewing the Magnum PI episode.
I thought you would have at least been curious to watch that one.
Girl,
that's all.
I only got so much time in my day.
That's true. So much time left. I mean, wait. Yeah, so much time in the day.
Only so much time in the day. I'm not like you. I don't stay up till 4 o'clock in the morning.
I mean, I don't stay up till 4 o'clock.
I don't stay up till in the morning.
Okay. All right.
Like, I go to bed at 10 and I fall asleep at 11.
Yes. I hear you.
Unless it's the weekend.
It's the weekend. I'm here at the party. Okay.
Okay. So we're in the dining room, and JB's looking at the line that the gunshot took,
Okay.
and it was either going to hit Joan or Higgins. One of them were the targets.
Whoa.
We
Not
find out that Mayfield was at the Royal Hawaiian asking for Joan. So he was
Okay.
trying to kill Joan.
Wow. You just think you know some people.
So
Joan's
man is having a party we were invited to earlier, girl, but I didn't mention it, but now I'm mentioning it.
Oh my God. I don't have anything to wear.
It's nude.
Oh.
So
I don't have anything to wear.
So, girl, I got a cock ring over here you can borrow if you need one. Where is it? Where'd it go?
I hope it doesn't clash. Don't get that stupid cock ring out again.
No, this is one of my drawing gloves.
Gloves?
I wear it for whenever I write on my iPad or on my pad, so it doesn't it's just goes across easier. It's
I never heard of that before.
Yeah, it's like $4 from Amazon, so it's just
Oh.
See?
Oh.
Isn't it beautiful?
It is. Look at that. It really highlights the hair on your hands.
Thank you. Where are we at? Okay. So Higgins brought everybody to the party because it wouldn't be a party without everybody.
That's right.
Pamela looks at JB after Higgins goes to find Joan and is like, I'm going to be murdered. And JB's like, could we go somewhere and talk? Because you're being crazy, girl.
We need to have a discussion.
We need to have a discussion immediately.
Immediately.
So Higgins and Magnum are chit-chatting, and we find out that Pack Isles, that's the name of the company, that Houston is the manager of, is trying to buy Joan's company. Joan's husband died, left her the company, and they've tried 5 times to buy it.
Yes.
And Magnum supposes that the killer is trying to kill Joan and get the company from the estate. Higgins thinks the assassin's after him.
Because he did a lot of bad stuff, according to him.
He did a lot of bad things. Well, so Pamela and JB are chit-chatting, and Pamela needs to go back to New York City. New York City!
And she's very upset about it.
Well, she has proof of embezzlement from the publisher. Millions.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Well, Mayfield's arrived.
Hey, girl, hey.
As he's arriving, we find out he actually knows Houston, the manager of the company, and Joan's man. And all of a sudden, Joan shows up.
Oh, hey,
looking
girl.
Fantastic.
She did, actually.
Like that black and white dress with her hair done in a little curl. Great.
She looked real good.
Yes. So JB finds Magnum, and she's like, have you seen Pamela? He's like, no, she's not here. Well, I think that Amy is the one that's in trouble. And Magnum's like, no, it's Joan. It's Joan. It's always been Joan. It's Joan. It's Joan. It's Joan. Well, Magnum corners Mayfield. Mayfield runs.
Yes.
There's a shootout. Mayfield down.
Oh, no.
What's a bit later? Higgins and Magnum are talking. Jess and Pamela have gone to New York. Houston confessed. Jess left a letter with a gift for Magnum. The Maui deal was a complete hoax, but Magnum's going to help them with the land anyway.
Yeah.
They're going to form a co-op or something. And there's a little goof up where Magnum stutters that they never edited out. I don't know if you caught it.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, there's he's like the. And I'm like, what? They didn't edit this out?
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's like they were done with this episode as much as I'm done with it.
Yeah.
Higgins wants to go to Maine on his vacation, and it ends with Magnum reading JB's book. Do 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 do. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you enjoy this episode?
It was a very Magnum kind of episode. It was just very I do think that they were making him seem stupider than normal because of JB, because he's not normally he's not normally like, oh, this
girl,
like that.
in watching this, I don't know if I could do Magnum PI.
I was just joking about that.
I don't know if I can handle it.
Almost anything me and you do is going to be women focused anyway.
That's true. That's very true. Well, Maim, why don't you tell our dear listeners where they can find you?
Hello, dear listeners. It is I, your favorite relation, Auntie Maim. You can find me online at Auntie Maims with an S. You can find me in real life performing down in Miami at the Villain Theater, improv and comedy, stand-up comedy theater. More about them at villaintheater.com. You can find me also on Thursday nights hosting the amazing Colossal Karaoke Show at the Killy Rydell on South Beach. And lastly, you can look for me on the It's Happening Out TV online network where we do talk shows and whatnot. So search It's Happening Out on any of your social media. How about you, Mims?
Hey, y'all, I'm the Divine Miss Mims. You can find me online at Divine Miss Mims, unless it's TikTok, and then it's the Divine Miss Mims because I'm arguing with TikTok right now. Hey, Maim!
Yes.
Did you know we have a Patreon?
What?
Dear listeners, if you go to patreon.com, Mims and Maim, you can throw us some money. And don't forget, starting soon, you'll have an early release of We Object.
The Ally McBeal podcast.
The Ally McBeal podcast. Okay, the full title is Mims and Maim, We Object, an Ally McBeal podcast. There we go. Yeah, that is the full title. Everybody loves a good mouthful. Hey, Maim.
Yeah.
Did you know we have another podcast?
What?
It's called Baking Sugar. It's a Design Women podcast. Find it wherever you get your podcasts. Say, Maim.
Yes.
Did you know we have merchandise? It's good to Mims and Maim. You can buy something. Hey, Maim.
Yes. Jeez.
Do you know what I love besides
5-star reviews?
Besides kikiing with you,
5-star reviews.
It's 5-star reviews. I love them more than this. Dear listeners, if you go and let's see if we've got any new ones right now. You know what? Let's go see if we've got any new written
really?
ones right now.
You're going to take time for that?
It takes 2 seconds. I go to Pod Rover. I'll log in. I sign in with my saved password. Nope. Anyway, we don't have any new ones. Scratch my ear. But if you guys would like to leave us one, or gals, or whatever, please do. All right, Maim. I think I've said enough words. What do you think?
I felt like just now, like something popped inside of you, and you're like just then. So I think so.
Yeah. Why don't you say goodnight, Maim?
Good night, Maim.
Bye, y'all.